Let me call for the roll call.
Right. Can't figure out who's here. Gotta double check.
Mulvaney,
Yes, here.
Newbill,
Here.
Alondra Rakoff.
Here. Welcome to the July 10th, 2025 meeting of the Elkhart City Board of Zoning Appeals. The people that are on video comments can only be taken on WebEx, and you cannot comment on Facebook, but you can watch. Please, if you are on video, mute your mic and speak up and identify yourself before you speak. The purpose of this meeting is to review and consider all requests for relief from any standard in the zoning ordinance, including variances, use variances, special exceptions, conditional use requests, and administrative appeals. All of the cases heard tonight will have a positive, negative, or no decision made by the board. If no decision is made, the petition will be set for another hearing. If a decision is made that you disagree with, either as the petitioner or an interested party, you must file for an appeal of the board's decision no later than 30 days after the decision is made in an appropriate court. If you think you may potentially want to appeal a decision of this board, you must give the board a written appearance before the hearing. If you are here in person, a sign-in sheet is provided which will act as an appearance. You should sign the sheet if you want to speak, but also if you do not wish to speak but might want to appeal our decision. If you are appearing by WebEx or Facebook, please put your name and address in the comment section. A written petition that is set for hearing tonight satisfies the requirement for the petitioner. If you file your appeal later than 30 days after the decision of this board, or give no written appearance tonight, you may not appeal the board's decision. Because the rules on appeal are statutory and specific on what you can do, the board highly suggests you seek legal advice. If you are the petitioner, in addition to filing an appeal, you may first file a motion for rehearing within 14 days. When speaking, petitioner, board, and board members, make sure you hold the handheld, well, it's not handheld anymore, but please make sure that you get close to the microphone when you speak. Minimum quorum announcement. Tonight we have our minimum quorum of 3 members present, including proxy members. While we can conduct business with 3 members, any votes must be unanimous. Anything less than a unanimous vote will be considered no action, and the case will be reset for next month. Oh, we do, because we have 3 people, however, some action will be taken on all items. With respect to the public comment portion of the meeting, public comments will be taken only on the specific petition being heard before the. Unlike the civic council meetings where there is a time for anyone to comment on any issue, we do not have that at the BZA, and comments will only be taken for or against the petition before the. At this time, I want to approve the agenda. Could I have a motion?
So moved.
Second. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
So moved. Approve the minutes of May 8th, 2025. Could I?
So moved. Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye. Aye.
Great. And approval of the proofs of publication.
Moved. Second.
On to old business, of which there is. Now we are on to new business. Our first Our first new business is 25X05. After report.
Kyle Anthony Petter, Planner 2 for the City of Elkhart. The petitioner is Francisco Simez and Maria Torres. The location is 1920 Benham Avenue. The request is per section 5.3 special exception use 4.3G daycare center to allow for the establishment of a new daycare center at 1920 Benham Avenue.
Forward, please.
On
Yeah.
video.
Maria? Make sure that your mic is
That's
on.
not her. Mary Lou Timmons.
Sorry. It would appear that the petitioner is not online. So what I'd like to do, give her the opportunity, if they're running late, to put them to the end of the agenda, and we'll move on to the next case, and hopefully she will arrive. She or her husband will get online. If not, then we'll have to postpone till next.
I tell you, this never happens, none of this. So really,
I think I jinxed
this is a
it.
very unusual night. I think
You
it's
haven't been here
July.
long enough.
Trust me, it'll happen again.
Okay, so our next one is 25 BZA 15.
Oh, I grabbed the wrong folder.
That never happens either.
The petitioners Randall Conley and Kim Jennings. The site location is 202 East Crawford Street. The request is to vary from section 26(1)(b)(3) accessory structures general provision, which states in part, an accessory structure shall not be located closer than 3 feet to an interior lot line and not closer than 5 feet to the rear lot line, to allow for a proposed accessory structure, which is a new garage, to be placed 2 feet from the rear property line, which is the north line, a variance of 3 feet. To also vary from section 26(1)(b)(5) accessory structures general provisions, which states in part, all accessory structures except freestanding amateur television and radio towers shall be limited to a maximum height of 15 feet in residential and business districts and a maximum height of 30 feet in manufacturing districts, to allow for a proposed accessory structure, which is a garage, to be built to a height of 17 feet, a variance of 2 feet.
Call the petitioner forward. And make sure you've signed in. Okay,
And exactly what am I supposed to say?
so just say what you'd like to do.
Okay, I want to build a garage at this house, and there was a garage there years ago, and it was torn down and removed. My situation is they have a minimum height to the peak of the garage. The house is 2-story, kind of a historic corner lot house. I bought it from the Presbyterian Church. It has an 812 pitch on the house. The amount of money I'm spending to put this garage up, I would prefer that the roof pitch match the house. That's really my only request. The 2-foot variance on the property isn't really necessary. I have 35 feet from the property line to the north to my house, and I'm putting a 24-foot garage on it. So I can actually stay 5 feet off of the north property line and still put the garage in there adequately. And it basically, it's just the roof pitch that it just cosmetically, it would make the house look a lot nicer. Yeah, so.
We don't see staff has any objection to the 2-foot, so.
Yeah. Okay, all right. Thank
Beautiful
you.
house, beautiful. I used to live on
Yeah.
West Crawford back when I first moved to
Yeah,
town.
well, I live right next door to it, and I have since 1980.
I know all about,
My dad owned the house, my son owned the house.
Oh, my
The
God.
church owned the house, and then I bought it from the church.
Well, you've
So
done a beautiful job of restoring it or whatever you did,
Well,
because the pictures are beautiful.
you should see the inside. I'm in the middle of that right now.
Okay.
Thank you.
And I don't think there were any questions from. This time I'd like to open the public meeting. I'll close the public meeting and call for the staff report.
From my perspective, we've got a couple different ways to go with this. We can leave the request for the backyard or the rear yard variance, or we can just remove it at this time.
On it and
That works. I'll just read my staff report as written. The petitioner is requesting a developmental variance to build a storage building accessory structure that is 17 feet tall and 2 foot from the rear property line in order to build a garage. The request is specifically to vary from the section 26(1)(b)(3) accessory structure general provisions, which state in part, an accessory structure shall not be located closer than 3 feet to an interior and not closer than 5 feet to a rear lot line, to allow for a proposed accessory structure, which is the garage, to be placed 2 feet from the rear property line, which is the north property line, a variance of 3 feet. To maintain proper separation from the house, the setback variance is necessary. The request is also to vary from 26(1)(b)(5) accessory structures general provisions, which states in part, all accessory structures except freestanding amateur television and radio towers shall be limited to a maximum height of 15 feet in residential and business districts and a maximum height of 30 feet in manufacturing districts, to allow for proposed accessory structure to be built to a height of 17 feet, a variance of 2 feet. The proposed structure would be situated on the north side of the house, which will be accessed from Gordon Street and be partially visible from East Crawford. Plans call for the accessory structure, which is a detached garage with a roof pitch to match the house and be both similar in design and roof pitch, again, to the house. The petitioner wishes to maintain the visual continuity of design by having the garage more closely match the house. This size structure, 24 by 30, is a common size for detached structures and will be large enough to accommodate 2 vehicles with some storage. The property does not currently have a garage to provide adequate room for all storage needs on the property. Staff recommends approval of the variance. Staff recommends approval based on the following findings of fact. The approval will not be injurious to the public health, safety, morals, or general welfare of the community because the accessory structure will be built per all applicable building codes. Number 2, the use and value of the area adjacent to the property will not be affected in a substantially adverse manner because the structure is a common addition to residential homes, if not for the height and location it would otherwise be permitted. Number 3, granting the variance would be consistent with the intent and purpose of this ordinance because a small measure of relief is measure of relief when uniquely warranted. Number 4, special conditions and circumstances do exist that are peculiar to the land involved because the height and location of the accessory structure requires that a variance be filed in order to construct it on the property. Number 5, the strict application of the terms of this ordinance will not result in practical difficulties in the use of the property because the owner would be able to design and place the structure in an approved location. Number 6, the special conditions and circumstances do not result from any action or inaction by the applicant because no construction has begun. And number 7, the property does not lie within a designated flood hazard area. There were There were 37 letters mailed, 1 returned in favor with no comment, and 1 returned not in favor with the following. The petitioner in the 1980s built his current oversized garage an illegal distance too close to our property line without a permit. He has put up fencing without a permit. No permit should be issued that allowed him to vary from the current zoning laws.
We need to do separate votes on each variance.
If we don't want to amend and take out the setback variance, they can be voted as one in one motion because we wrote the request as one request.
Move to approve developmental variance 25 BZA 15, removing the setback variance, but including other. Adopt the petitioner's documents and presentation together with the staff's findings of fact as the board's findings of fact in the present petition.
Second.
There.
Yeah. Mulvaney,
Yes.
Newbill,
Yes.
Alonso Rakoff.
Yes. Good. Well, go and build your garage, and you've got some leeway on where you put it. You're welcome. 25X06.
The petitioner's First Presbyterian Church. The site location is 200 East Beardsley Avenue. The request is per section 5.3 special exception uses 4.3b to allow for a cafe within the church at 200 East Beardsley Avenue.
Sign in.
House with the Presbyterian Church. Our current hope, thank you. Our current hope is to open the Journey Cafe for coffee and limited tea and light lunches. That would be soup, sandwiches, paninis, et cetera, et cetera. We probably would be open Tuesday through Friday from 11 to about 2 o'clock. And we don't really expect to make a lot of money off of this. We're doing this more as an outreach to the community and providing a place for the community to gather, not only for lunch, but people who might need a place for a business meeting. Ruthmere can have their visitors maybe stop by and enjoy a lunch or a coffee. We currently use our space as a worship center, but we also serve on Sundays coffee and snacks. So it's a nice extension of what we have already going on in our purpose. Excuse me. We also hope that our members will bring in people, their friends, families, neighbors to enjoy our cafe. So we are coming here today because we do need to have a special exemption. We are in an R2 zone, and that does not allow for a cafe per se. We, in planning for our cafe, we were in the early stages contacting both the health department and the water and sewer departments, and they have agreed to do walkthroughs to help us with our planning. And in particular, we know that we will need to have a fats, oil, and grease trap. We don't know which particular configuration we'll need at this point, but we plan to work in conjunction with the city so that we are in compliance with all of their rules.
Anticipate any issues with parking because you'll have the cafe and you'll have Ruth, a parking lot that you so very generously allow everyone to use?
Can you say that into mic?
We feel that we have ample parking. We do not have an issue on Sunday when both our congregation is using the parking lot and when Ruthmere is open for their Sundays. So we have ample parking for that. Okay.
Open the public meeting to anyone who would like to speak in favor of the petition.
Comes a coffee drinker.
And a lunch eater.
Bill Furstenberger, Executive Director, Ruthmere Foundation, 302 East Beardsley Avenue.
Excuse me, Bill, did you write that down?
Yes, I signed in earlier, yeah. So just very quick snapshot. I was aware that the First Presbyterian Church were doing a major refresh of their lower level facility, the fellowship hall, maybe, type of location. And when I went over to finally see what they were doing and what they were putting into this, it's absolutely beautiful, the way they've done it. And they were already calling it the Journey Cafe. So if you want to blame anybody about this, the germ of the idea, I had a meeting with Sally Wicks and said, have you thought of making the Journey Cafe of the First Presbyterian Church a real cafe that the public and the neighborhood could enjoy? Our neighborhood, the Christiana neighborhood, and as well as the Beardsley Historic District, there is no walkable food service anywhere in our area. The closest thing we ever did have was BJ Stars, and that was fine for singing. But anyway, so this would really fill a need for the neighborhood itself. And then above and beyond that, we have our Ruthmere, and we have Havilah Beardsley House, and the church is on the walking path right in between. And so it would really be an asset for our operation, and I think also for Wellfield Gardens, which is not that far away, which is also walkable to us. It would be a great asset for them as well. So anyway, I'm in full favor of seeing this move forward. Thank you. Any questions for me?
So, anyone else wanting to speak in? Take yes for an answer. Okay. At this time, then, anyone like to speak in opposition of the petition? This time, I'll close the public meeting and ask for the staff report.
The request is per section 5.3 special exception uses to allow for a cafe within the church at 200 East Beardsley Avenue. The request is considered an expansion of the special exception use as a place of worship, and therefore a new petition request is required for approval. The petitioners are submitting a special exception request to expand their cafe ministries to the public to be open Tuesday through Friday from 11 to 2. The church has undertaken an extensive renovation of the lower level of the building to expand the contemporary worship space around a coffee house theme. With the opening of the cafe this spring, representatives from Ruthmere reached out to the church to see if there was interest in the cafe expanding the hours to offer the visitors to the museum a place to have lunch. The idea being that visitors could have a place to eat and spend more time in the neighborhood between the Ruthmere Museum and the Havilah Beardsley House. The church sees this as an opportunity to provide a new service to the community. The entrance to the cafe is on the east side of the church building facing Grove Street, with the museum directly across the street. Ruthmere currently has a long-standing arrangement for their patrons to utilize the church's parking lot. Staff has reviewed the request and feels that the expanded cafe use and hours will not cause any harm to the surrounding neighborhood. The church will be required to meet all Elkhart County Health Department rules and requirements. Therefore, staff recommends approval of the request based on the following findings of fact. Number one, the special exception is so defined, located, and proposed to be operated that the public health, safety, and welfare will be protected. Number two, the special exception will not reduce the values of other properties in its immediate vicinity because there will be no exterior changes to the building. Number three, the special exception shall conform to the regulations of the zoning district in which it is to be located because it will not generate adverse effects on adjacent properties in the form of noise, smoke, or odor. Conditions, if the board chooses to approve the request, special exception staff recommends the following conditions be placed upon the approval. Number one, the petitioner shall provide proof of Elkhart County Health Department approval. And there was one additional condition placed at the Plan Commission that the petitioner be required to file for their fats, oils, and grease interceptor equipment. They understand that they will have to do that, and they have already been in touch, but that was a condition from the Plan Commission.
They understand about the county health department approval as well. Okay. All right, very good.
And there were 38 letters mailed, 2 returned in favor with no comment, and 1 returned not in favor with the following comment. I remember another church with the same idea in 2013 that was overwhelmingly denied. The extra traffic is a major concern with so many children in the neighborhood. No tax-sheltered house of worship shall be allowed to run any type of for-profit venture.
All right, any questions for Eric? Very good.
Move to approve special exception 25X0 documents and presentation together with the staff's findings of fact as the board's findings of fact. Adopt all conditions listed in this.
I have a second.
Second.
All right, very good.
Mulvaney,
Yes.
Newbill,
Yes.
Alonso Rickoff.
Yes. Thank you very much. Enjoy your cafe. I hope you have a booming business.
So how soon do you expect to be open? Yeah, how soon do you expect to be open? Next spring. Okay.
All right.
Great. Good.
Well, Bill, I expect you to take me to lunch there.
And I'll, right, I'm gonna come get Bill, so
Yeah, both
we're gonna
Bills.
team up on him.
Both Bills will have to take me to lunch. Thank you very much. BZA 6.
The petitioner is Nicole Riviera. The address is 2204 9th Street. The request is to vary from section 26.4.A.6, which states in part, no fence other than split rail, wrought iron, or open picket not to exceed 4 feet in height shall be permitted in any front yard or corner side yard to allow for a 6-foot privacy fence installed to remain in the corner side yard, a corner side yard height variance of 2 feet, and material standards solid privacy variance to remain for the same fence.
At this time, I'd like to call the petitioner forward and make sure you.
I sign. First, I'm sorry for my English.
No worries. No worries.
Okay, I like to share a little bit about everything that happened when I bought my house. You know, it's connect with this problem. I'm sorry, I never been in that situation before. When I go to see the house has a lot in one side, and I asked to the realtor, is this lot deserve of my house? And she said yes. Okay. I come back again like 1 week later, and I asked her again, you sure that lot belongs to my house, you know? And she said, yes. Okay, that's the reason about that house. Okay, I bought the house, and I, tried to put a fence on my property. I come here for a permit, and I start to install my fence. Like a week ago, a week or a week and a half later, one person come to my house and asked me, hey, why you put fence on my property? What do you say? Yeah, it's my property. You know, it's my property. I asked the realtor a few times, and she always say yes. It's no. I have the papers of my lot, and show me. Oh my God, start crying. That's the reason when I come here to make the permit here, I make the lines for the fence different, because that's my lot, you know. When everything changed, I remove all the fence and I start again with, my lines property. And I don't know, sorry for my verbs. I don't know, I need to come here again to, rewrite the fence. I don't have idea. And obviously, I say, okay, bad luck for me. Okay, I put the fence, for a little more yard for my dogs, and start again. And then I received the letter, and that stuff. That's the problem. I wanna, I forgive. This not like oh, I wanna put my fence. I don't care. No, I don't know. I need to come here again, start another permit, or I don't know. And I make my fence, but now I wanna keep, because it's more money, to remove. I need space for my house. I don't know. I need.
Well, that's what we're here for, is to take your petition and look at it and see if we can let you keep your fence. So you're doing the right thing. Good for you. Okay.
Thank you.
Yes. Does anybody have any questions?
Yeah, I have a question. So when you do your property, did you get a survey with that?
Excuse me again.
Did you get a survey?
A survey?
A survey, go around the property, show you where your border lines and all that? That
I'll
didn't
be
come with the
honest.
realtor?
This is the first time I bought a house. That's all that stuff are new for me.
Right.
And the survey. Later, I bought the house, and the people told me, hey, you made the survey. What is that?
So guys, is this correct? I mean, have we looked at the paperwork, and is that lot not part of hers for sure? Okay.
Yes.
Exactly.
This
Yeah.
side or on this side?
No, this side. The
okay.
realtor told me this is my
Okay.
my lot, but it's not.
This house was built about a year ago. About a year ago. The builders came in and they split the lot, and they have two lots. So unfortunately, her realtor probably did not give her the best advice. Not being there, but what you have in your packet depicts in the staff report is the property that she owns and that we're dealing with tonight.
I'm sorry about that. Yes. Did you have a question?
Yeah, and in your written petition materials, you indicate that you are willing to turn the fence panels around, and you have no
back
problem, because that's a condition.
Yeah, the back,
Yeah, in the back,
yeah,
yes.
no problem.
Okay,
Okay, that'll be good.
yeah, so,
That'll be good. And it made me so sad to read everything you've gone through and what it's done for you. I'm so sorry about that. I really am. Any other questions for the petitioner? Open the public meeting at this time. I don't know who's there, so anyone to speak in favor of the petition? Anyone to speak in opposition of the petition? I'll close the public.
The petitioner is requesting a developmental variance to allow for a 6-foot privacy fence in a corner yard when 4 foot is the maximum height and is allowed a solid material when opaque material is allowed. The petitioner submitted for a fence permit October 3rd, 2024, and was approved by staff on the same day. The approved permit application depicted the fence even with the house along Fieldhouse. When the fence was installed, the placement went past the wall of the house along Fieldhouse Street, which does not comply with the current fence placement standards. Zoning staff noticed a zoning violation for the fence on the property installed in an area prohibited by the zoning ordinance, and the rear fence panels facing the wrong way or the opposite of what our ordinance allows, May 21st, 2025. There was a discussion on the violation with the petitioner after receiving the notice. Staff gave the option to correct the violation or file for a developmental variance. The petitioner submitted to the board shortly after. The original design met the developmental requirements from the zoning ordinance for corner side lots. The petitioner is seeking this variance to allow for the now existing fence to remain in its current location. Staff has no recommendation on the potential variance. The City of Elkhart is in the process of updating its zoning ordinance, including fence regulations. The requested condition is consistent with the proposed regulations found in the anticipated UDO. Recommendation. Staff has no recommendations for the developmental variance to vary from section 26.4.b.2 fence permitted in residential and business districts, which requests in part in corner lot side yards, no fences, walls, or vegetation to exceed 4 feet in height, or fence walls that are opaque or placed or installed in the requested side yard adjoining to the street, or in any portion of the rear yard lying close to said street at the point of the principal structure near said street, to allow a 6-foot opaque fence installed in a corner side yard, Fieldhouse Street frontage, to remain based on the following finding of facts. Number 1, the approval will not be injurious to the public health, safety, morals, or general welfare of the community because the fence was built and installed in a workmanlike manner. Number 2, the use and value of the adjoining area to the property will not be affected in a substantial manner because a fence is a typical element in a residential district. The fence location should not affect the use or value of adjoining properties. Number 3, granting the variance will be consistent with the intent and purpose of this ordinance because a measure of relief is allowed when warranted because it is anticipated that this location will soon be allowed with our new UDO. Number 4, special conditions and circumstances do exist as the subject property is a corner lot. Number 5, the strict application of the terms of this ordinance will not result in practical difficulties in the use of the property because the original fence design was approved for permits and met the requirements of the fencing for a corner lot in the city. Number 6, the special conditions and circumstances do result from a action or action by the applicant. Number 7, the property does not lie within the designated flood area. Conditions. If the board chooses to approve the requested developmental variance, staff recommends the following conditions based upon the approval. Number 1, the petition shall reverse the rear east property line fence panels to have the finished side facing outward towards the property line. This shall be completed by October 31st, 2025. There was 28 letters sent out, with one in favor.
I move to approve developmental variance 25 BZA 16 and adopt the petitioner's documents and presentation as the findings of fact in the present petition and adopt all conditions listed in the staff report.
Second.
All right. Roll call?
New Bill. Mulvaney.
Yes.
Alondra Rakoff.
Yes. Good. You can keep your fence?
Just reverse it.
Yes, absolutely. And I'm so glad we could do that for you. Thank you for going through all the processes. We do appreciate that.
And welcome to the neighborhood.
Oh, your neighborhood? Okay. Good neighbors, yes. Okay. Now, what do we do about this, Eric?
I would like to make the recommendation that 25X05 be tabled to a date certain, August 14, 2025, because we have no petitioner in the audience.
Move we table 20X05 until next August meeting.
Second.
Roll call vote on that or just a voice vote? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Very good. We will put that off until August then. Do I have a motion?
Moved.
F items, do we? Those in favor of adjournment, aye? Aye. All right, very good.